This is the book I was talking about bringing to read. I'll read you the chapters that it's got. Heights of Deprogramming. I'll start it. Fuck it. Focusing within my oversoul matrix. This is the first chapter. Now it's time to begin your personal journey into your own oversoul matrix. It's important to realize the vastness of your soul personality within your oversoul matrix, as well as influencing factors in all facets of your life. The more you explore and understand the vastness of all your influencing factors, the more you can come to appreciate the insignificance of artificial influence that so easily holds your attention and thus your focus. When your focus grows, when the global handlers want to grow a mind pattern within the population, they put forth specific events that hold your focus. The seed is planted and watered and grows. Through the years, what are some specific examples of the global handlers growing mind patterns within the population? Which ones have you participated in? Do you still participate? If not, how did you extricate yourself? The global handlers are excellent at growing mind patterns within any population. We see this happening all the time. The potential for anything already exists everywhere. Please review my article in the Blue Blood book called Illuminatis as Teachers. As you wake up, you recognize the manipulations that are being used against you. The Illuminati use universal law to entrap you, but you can learn universal law and use it for freedom. If there is a problem, the solution is always therein contained. You simply have to focus on the other side of the coin, or within the shadow of what is already in front of you. You must sharpen your focus so that you can do this. Um, see the initiative turns. You must sharpen your focus so you can at first perceive that an issue even exists, then determine the issue, understand the issue, getting through the issue to the other side. Focus is key in every single area of your life. The Illuminati know this and spend time and energy refocusing you so that you can never focus yourself. It's the goal to never let that happen. Bait and switch. Flash something over here to get your attention while something else happens behind your back. Stores do this in their advertising all the time, although technically it is illegal. They capture your attention, and at once you are in the store, they focus you on something else that costs more money. I have determined that there is usually three levels of product. Entry level, so that you can always have something. Middle of the road, which is really what you need. And advance, with all the bells and whistles that are really useless and break easily. But if you like the flash of these flash, or these days I guess it's called bling, then you will spend extra money for it. Layers and layers of flash and bling to confuse you and get you to focus anywhere except the issue. Have you been the victim of the bait and switch? Look over here when something happened behind your back. Or look here so they can refocus to over there. Who did this and how did it happen? Did you wake up all of a sudden, or was it a slow process? Was it painful or easy? Programming is built in a major Programming is a major player in where you focus. Programming is always built on or specifically hooked into what is already inside of you. When you finally start to wake up to what is happening in the outer world, your internal trap begins to spring into action, ensnaring you into another layer of focus. Generally, programming focuses you on isolation. This means you can be in a crowd of people and still feel isolated. It does not mean that you are isolated, but as long as your focus is on being alone without attachments to others, you are usable to any plot or plan. This is a major reason for the destruction of the family. The goal is to focus you on independence versus interdependence. If you observe Illuminati slash global elite, they are all helping each other and stay attached to their families, even carefully choosing marriage partners to blend empires and genetics to ensure longevity and security of future generations. Yet the masses are focused in the opposite direction. Every major employer, from military and government to corporations, focuses you on family separation. That is expected to treat that is expected and treated as the norm. If you live with your parents, then something must be wrong with you. Of course, tell that to Prince William and his wife, or any other royal or global handler. Do you focus on why you should not speak up instead of why you should? Do you keep to yourself versus choosing the company of other people? Do you think that you are looking or watching? Do you think others are looking or watching you, so you prefer to remain hidden? Do you allow isolation programming to influence you and how you act or react to life? If so, how? If not, why not? If not now, has it ever has it ever and if so, are you breaking out of it? One of the biggest challenges to start when you start self-exploring within your own oversoul matrix is understanding that you are more than the physical body. As a child, you are taught the parts of the body, but not parts of your soul. Your parents teach you about what is seen, but not the unseen part of the self. You focus on eyes, ears, nose, various parts that you begin to identify with as you. If you have any formal religious training, it can be challenging to equate what is out there with what is in here. If your parents asked you about the colors, pictures, lights, symbols that you saw around people, your entire perspective might be different now. If your dreams and nightmare experiences had been discussed, or your thoughts and perspectives taken seriously, your visions of whom and what you might be would be entirely different than what it is. You do need to refer to a point within your oversoul matrix. This physical reality provides that. Your physical body is indeed your anchor here, but you and the physical body are not the same. You have a symbiotic relationship with it, but it is not you. When was your first realization that you were not the body? How did it how did you process that? What is your interpretation of this now? What do you know and how do you know? What do you think you know but you're not sure of yet? As you know, because of the hyperspace slash oversoul work, we give you the concept for you to explore and think about, but it is not your concept until you put it into practice. Experience it and explore it, and then you have experiential learning that translates into knowing. I can tell you about an orange, and you can regurgitate all the facts and figures about the orange, but until you actually taste an orange, you do not have that common ground of knowing. Once you know, then we arrive at a completely different level of communicating and understanding. This is why we can only this is this is why we can only take you so far until you actually do the work. The beginning is thinking and exploring the concept. You have to understand the concept so that you can determine if the concept is valid. You are an explorer of consciousness, your own consciousness. Just like when you explore the physical body, you do not just dig in. You have to go in layer by layer, being careful as you go, because otherwise you will upset the overall balance. A surgeon who goes deep within the physical body does his or her best does his or her best to disturb the body in the least invasive way. The idea of hope of putting the body back together again in such a way that it can still function. As you go into the mind, it is exactly the same. You have to be cognizant of the energetic layers. Do not just reach in and grab something and yank it out. This can disrupt the energetic balance to the point where you simply cannot recover. This is why shock and terror are used to traumatize people during programming. Whether a specific programming or mass programming, people who are in shock and terror simply cannot function together, simply cannot function and think. Therefore, they are easier to lead. And because we work to help you maintain a balance, your hyperspace/oversoul work is challenging because you do not just work on one concept, you work on several at a time, a little here, a little there, back and forth, striving for inner balance that gives the outer balance. So that's the beginning of this book. If you like it, let me know. I'll continue to read some of it. It's got some very interesting stuff, especially near the back. Very strange stuff. Have a nice day.